Hello, everybody. Today, I'm excited to introduce Nathaniel Hovsepian, a husband, dad, wellness coach, and real estate investor who teaches men to reclaim their health, energy, and focus in just 5 weeks. His unique perspective blends mindset, lifestyle transformation, and real estate wealth building, all rooted in creating legacy. Nathaniel, thank you so much for coming to Talks with Friends. How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Let's just start sharing a little bit about you, your family, occupation, recreation, and dreams.
Yeah, I mean, you covered most of it right there. I'm a health and wellness coach. I'm a real estate investor, but first and foremost, I'm a father and a husband. I have three kids, four and a half. This is August of 2025, so he's four and a half, a little bit older than that. Two and all, well, he's almost three. He'll be three in October, and then we have a little girl who is 9.5 months old. And so that's been a very, very big part of my life for the past 4.5 years. And that's what's really led me to the health and wellness coaching for dads is that I've been an entrepreneur for almost 10 years now, primarily in real estate investing. And all of the things that I've learned over my time as an entrepreneur, as a Marine, as a collegiate athlete has kind of built up to this. And I love real estate investing from a wealth generation and wealth conservation and just, you know, affordable housing perspective, but I wasn't getting a lot of personal value, personal fulfillment, if you will, out of it. And it wasn't until I really got, man, this fitness and fatherhood and mindset, it all kind of started to blend together and became fit fatherhood.
Wow, that's a lot. But yeah, balancing fatherhood, coaching, and real estate, it's impressive. How did your personal journey lead you to blend health and investing?
A lot of the mindset stuff that we've worked on, since I joined Sub Two, this a real estate investing community mentorship, all the things has kind of helped me to balance it all. It's taking stock in your priorities and your values. What are the things that we call them non-negotiables that
Mm.
no matter what happen every single day. For me, that's, like I mentioned, family first, but taking care of my health. I make sure that I get movement in every single day. I make sure that I'm eating nutritiously, drinking plenty of water.
Mhm.
And, I have non-negotiables around my family time, lunches together, dinners together, playtime and walks and family time before the kids go to bed. And so that's how I balance it all. It means that from a business owner perspective, I really have to rethink what I do in a given day. I have to be very intentional about the time that I put in because, I don't have 14 hours a day
Mhm.
to be working. Some people, when you're just getting started out, you're 20 years old, you don't have a family, you don't have these other priorities, you can just freaking grind. And that's not where I'm at. And I'm blessed to not be there,
Uh,
but it's
I,
it's balancing all those things and understanding what the highest impact that I can have is.
yeah, I love it. Priorities first. Love.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
What is the connection between mindset and financial growth? For example, how goes reclaiming your energy help you close deals and build income?
Everything. What does the mindset have to do with success? It's everything. If I literally just put a video out before we started this podcast on this, is that I can give you the strategies behind real estate investing. I can tell you what to eat and when to eat it. I can tell you exactly what workouts to do and how to do them. But if you don't believe that you're going to be successful, if your mind's not right, none of that stuff matters. And so, for me, I'm really focused on dads and entrepreneur dads and helping them out because if you're not taking care of your health, your energy wanes, your mental clarity and your focus wanes. And so we prioritize our health because that's what actually helps us to close more deals. That's what helps us to be effective in our businesses and outside. Because if you're not taking care of yourself, then all those other things they end up falling to the wayside. I love the analogy of that everybody's walking around with a cup.
Mm-hmm.
And our kids, our spouse, our employees, our coworkers, they all want some cup. They want some out of our cup. They want it. I'm not going to pour this out because it's got water. Uh, if we're not taking the time to fill our cup with exercise, with journaling, prayer, meditations, when the time comes that our kid approaches us with their cup, I don't have anything to fill out. I don't have anything to pour out. And that's when we tend to snap. We tend to react rather than be responsive. And so it's very important to be filling up your cup. And so that's why we do the things that we do is every day you got to be recharging. You got to be recharging. And, once a week, you got to be taking a full day to recharge. It's not just the little daily things that we do. It's the weekly things and the monthly things that we do as well.
Yeah, we're so busy that it's so necessary to
Yeah.
recharge. Yeah.
Yeah. We tend to think that, especially as dads, but just humans in general, is that like taking time for myself means that I'm being selfish and I'm not giving the other people. But, that cup analogy for me, at least, it really hits home because if I'm not taking the time for myself, yeah, I got to be a little selfish right now so I can be selfless
Mm-hmm.
the rest of the day.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Many dads and new investors feel stuck in their routine. If someone wants to get started in real estate and improve their focus and health, where do they begin?
Ooh. There's two places I would say is starting with what matters most to you. So what are those non-negotiables that you want every single day? Where your values really lie? Is it family? Is it faith? Is it health? Is it you're just focused on the financial side of things?
Mhm.
And then it's a 1A and 1B. Time and a food audit. And the food audit is specifically towards health, but do a time audit on yourself. Every 15 minutes for a week, you're going to write down what the heck you just did for those 15 minutes. And you
Mm.
can write it down, you can type it out, you can voice to voice memo yourself, but we want to be looking at our days and auditing our days. What the heck am I doing? We don't realize until we write it down and actually audit our time how much things just come into our days.
Right.
You don't realize that, man, I scrolled for 55 minutes today, right? Or I watched an hour and a half of Netflix. And if I say that I want to spend more time with my family, but I'm watching 3 hours of Netflix a day, I just changed the time. I just left it, just do it on. Yeah. Then that's not in alignment with my values. Does it mean that I have to completely cut out scrolling or cut out Netflix? No. But if you say that you want more time with your kids,
Mhm.
maybe you need to cut the Netflix down or the scrolling down to 15 or 30 minutes and then allocate the rest of that time to your kids. The
Mhm.
the food audit is a very similar thing, and it is what everything that goes into your mouth. So many people come in, they're like, I'm exercising, I'm working, I'm working out, I'm doing these things right. Okay, do a food audit. And they're like, oh, I didn't realize I was drinking 80 ounces of soda a day. I didn't realize I just would snack on the kids' goldfish and things like that. All those little things add up.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so by being intentional and auditing that, you're able to go back and look and see, oh man, I got some places that I can improve. I will stipulate with these audits is when you're doing it, it's difficult. You don't want to be judgmental. We're
Mhm.
just collecting data. That is it. We're not here to judge, I'm a piece of crud because I scrolled for 45 minutes today. No, no, no. You're just being objective and looking at what's going on.
Mhm.
That way you can make changes and adjust if you so desire.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. it counts a little. I usually say with money, every penny counts. The same thing with food. If you
Hmm.
choose good food, at the end you will be healthy. But if you choose the grown food, then there's consequences. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and we don't, a lot of people may not realize it, but the food that you eat affects your mental clarity, affects your focus, it affects your energy levels. If you have uh, 3 donuts at the beginning of the day, well, in a couple hours, you're going to have a little crash. And that
Mm,
either means you're going to have more donuts, some more sugar to kind of pick yourself back up, which
yeah.
ends up leading to storing as fat, or you're going to feel kind of down in the dumps for a little bit until your insulin levels can neutralize.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, every little thing matters.
Yeah. On the real estate side, what is one early investment or strategy you use to gain momentum? And what key lesson did it teach you?
Ooh, getting around the right people.
Mm,
When I was getting started, the only person that I was around was the realtor that helped us buy our first houses. And from a scaling and growth standpoint, it wasn't the best. She wasn't the best. She was an excellent realtor, an excellent human being, but she was going here and I was trying to go there.
mm,
And so getting around the right people, it wasn't until I joined a local RIA that I learned about, going direct to seller and wholesaling and the Burr method, buy, what is it? Buy, rehab, refinance, repeat. Yeah. And all these different little strategies and mindset things. So getting around the right people, I think that was probably the earliest and most important lesson. And it's applicable to every aspect of life, whether you're trying to be a real estate investor, you're trying to be a better dad, better in your health and your fitness, getting around those people that are supportive, helping hold you accountable, but and helping guide you, it's it's everything. That's why the sub two community is so great. And that's an aspect of what I'm working on with Fit Fatherhood as well, as like what can we take from the sub two real estate community, from the community aspect and the support and the accountability and the mindset, and bring to dads and their fitness.
right. If you could give one piece of encouragement to a father, a VC professional who feel too tired or behind, what would
Mm.
you say?
You're not alone. You're not alone. There are, the more people I talk to, the more dads that I talk to, the more I hear that. As I don't have, there's not enough time in the day. I this the selfish thing that I mentioned earlier, I feel like if I'm going and spending time at the gym, it's time away from the kids, it's time away from my wife. If I'm going and meditating and stretching on my own, it's time that I'm not giving to them. They need you to
Mm,
take that time.
mm,
They need you to do those things for yourself. That way you can show up, and the time that you have together, you're more present and you're more energized and you're more aware. And so that's it. You're not alone. There's a lot of dads out there that are in the same boat.
mm.
And we're all, the ones that I'm coming in contact with at least, is we're making changes.
Yeah, yeah, it's possible. And
Yeah.
I'm an example because you inspire me. When we went to a Squat Up Summit, you were texting who wants to join for exercising at 5:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
Ben had long hours, and the first night I didn't think I was going to be able. Fortunately, I had my roommate. She said, "Yeah, let's go." And we went 2 days. We woke up 5:30 in the morning. And after these 2 days that we exercised, I realized that I was not in good shape. And
Mm,
and now I'm doing my exercises every morning.
I
So
love it.
you have to be proud of that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I'm glad
Yes, you
it
inspire me, really.
it
Yeah.
uh it sets you up for the rest of the day. We think that,
Yes.
you think that, oh, I went and expended all this energy, I'm going to be tired, but it's it's counterintuitive, is that it
Yes.
actually boosts your metabolism and boosts you up and gives you energy. And so
Yeah.
that's I like to start the day with it. I tend to do exercise in the afternoon as well, but man, if I don't get my 12 to 15 minutes in the morning,
Yeah.
forget about it. Yeah.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Nathaniel, thank you so much for your time, for all
Thank you for
the
you.
experience you share with us, for helping us to open our eyes. Well, I appreciate. And if people wants to reach out to you, how they can find you.
If you type in my name into Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, I think we're on TikTok and X now. You should be able to find me. I'm most active on Instagram and Facebook though. So I have a very unique name, and you'll be able to connect with me there. If you're a busy dad out there, or if you know a busy dad out there that is feeling like, they're kind of down in the dumps, maybe a little low on energy, a low on focus, they're snapping at their kids and their wife too much. I want to help. Just reach out and let's have a conversation and see how I can help out.
Awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for your time.
Thank you for yours, Carl. Appreciate you.